Another set piece, another W against United, another home win, 7 points behind Liverpool now. I am loving this. Welcome back to another episode of Fleet Footed, guys. I just want to briefly give my review of the events yesterday, man. Um, yeah, I mean, there's been so much discourse about us, Stoke City FC, yada 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 yada. So I just wanted to just touch on it really quickly. So first off, let's just focus on the Man United match first, right? Now, I said it in my preview. This was never going to be an easy match. Never going to be. It had the recipe for a dagger. Let's be honest, it did. You know, if it was Ten Hag's United coming to our ground, oh yeah, I would have given you predictions of like 4 or 5 because he's just an incompetent manager. Woeful setup, everything, right? But you got Amarim, who actually is a good manager. You got a team that I believe they're unbeaten unbeaten since he's joined. They got a decent win against Bodo Glimt at home. It is Bodo Glimt. They battered Everton 4-0. It is only Everton, but still, Xerxes got his first goal since August. Rashford got a brace. He was in hot form. I was surprised he didn't start, to be honest. They had momentum, a new manager, and ultimately it's United. It's a fixture against Man United. These games, because let's be honest, even last season and the season before, we were a better team. We were a better team than United, but these games always had an edge. They always had nerves because you just know it's United, right? And we had no Gabriel and no Calafiori. Zinchenko's first start since Wolves. First start since the first match of the season against Wolves, I think, right? This game had the recipe for a difficult game, and that's what we saw in the first half, right? So if I factor all of these, that's a very good win. That's a very, very good win. And to keep a clean sheet as well. So that would mean we played United and Forest at home. Our past 2 games, home games, we scored 5 and not conceded a goal. I will take that. It's a good win, clean sheet to boot. There's so many players I want to talk about, right? But first, just focusing on the match itself. I thought in the first half we showed them a bit too much respect. I think we showed them a bit too much respect. Now, Man United setup, we'll talk about that because I've heard United fans criticizing Arsenal's style of play and all of this, yada, 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 yada. But, man, the irony is ridiculous because United basically came and low blocked us. United came and did what I don't know how. I'm trying to think of a team. Did what Leicester did to us. Actually, Leicester didn't even do that when they came to our ground. Even Leicester had a bit more of a go. They were a bit more adventurous. Man United literally came and low blocked us. Now, Amarim is clearly a good manager. You can already see, even outside of the Arsenal match, and this is why I'm not even trying to hate on him. You can already see, even prior to the Arsenal match, the guy's a good manager. You can already see the kind of idea, the kind of style, the kind of identity he wants his team to play with. And he's going to be a good manager. How far he goes, I don't know. Right? But, okay, Amarim, bro, he's come to our ground twice now. People are talking about, oh yeah, he knocked Arsenal out with Sporting. He did the same thing when Sporting came to our ground. Low blocked us. My man, is it Gonçalves, scored a lob, and that was the only thing they did that match. Low blocked us, that's it. Did the same thing with United. Now, he's probably going to have more tricks up his sleeve when he has better players and whatnot, and the team's fitness improves and people understand his way of playing, but I think we showed them too much respect in that first half, but also they were very compact. Defensively, they were good. Like doubling up on Saka, doubling up on Martinelli, not allowing us to have as much time to go 1v1. I thought we played some pretty good line-breaking passes in that first half. We just didn't really make the most of it. I thought Malacia had a decent game against Saka, but Saka still got past him. Saka was still putting balls into the box, doing all of these sorts of things, but I thought first half we showed them a bit too much respect. Maybe, and I think probably no Gabriel plays a big part in that because we were not pressing anywhere near as high or as intense as we usually. Because I don't know if Kivior is suited to that type of he can't do what Gabriel does basically, and you kind of almost got the feeling that we never really wanted to be in a position where someone like Højlund would be 1-on-1 with Kivior, right? So we are more conservative in our press. Fair enough, first half. But I think second half, we're like, forget this respect stuff. let's just muller them. Let's do our thing. Let's do what we've been doing the past few games. Let us move to this team. And that's what we saw. The set pieces were a result of the pressure we were putting on them, right? And yeah, I don't... And there was nothing more that we could have scored more goals. I don't think any of our players played bad. I thought everyone had decent performances. I thought by far the best two players for me, Declan Rice and Yuri Timber. Timber is such a good player. I can't speak of this guy highly enough. And yes, it's not just because he believes in God. That's a part of it. But I've been talking about this guy since Aston Villa, guys. Since Aston Villa away this season. Like, this Timber is just... He's just such a good player. Spurs away, Aston Villa away, Man City away. The catalogue of just top tier performances from this guy is just building and building and building and building, all after an ACL injury. What a player, man. I'm so happy he got his goal. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. But I'm also happy that Deckers is back. I'm announcing it. Declan Rice is back. His performances at the start of the season were whack. They were not good. Granted, he's played a lot of football. A lot of football. He played how many minutes in the Euros? He played so much football. Played so many games for Arsenal last season. He's allowed to have moments where he dips in form. But he's back. I could feel his presence. He was a machine, you know? And what even makes our win impressive is that it's not that Saka or Ødegaard played bad. They actually had decent games, decent performances, especially in the second half. Saka was good, in my opinion, all throughout. I thought every time he was given an opportunity to go against his man, he went against his man, even though he was up against three man. I thought Ødegaard had nice touches and moved the ball well, did his best to get the team going forward. But we didn't need these guys to be at their best to win. We didn't, right? So that makes the win even better. And for all of the United haters saying, oh yeah, I can't believe this. Arsene Wenger would be turning in his grave. That Arsenal relying on set pieces to beat Man United. What did you do? What did United do? 6 touches in our box all game. What did they do? And hello, newsflash, if the Lit scores that header, which was a great save by Raya, by the way, would they be having the same energy? Oh no, I can't believe we got a point or we got 3 points with a set. No, they'll be gassed. They'll be moving mad. They will be moving mad. And plus, I ain't watched United's games, but I'll just go by stats. My United's expected goals in Amarin's first 3 games. Against Ipswich, I followed that match. And Ipswich completely dominated them. Man United had an XG of 0.8. Against against Everton, an XG of 1.07. And against us, an XG of 0.31. They did nothing. Now, granted, he probably should have started Rashford and Xerxes, but even when they came on, what did they do? What did they do? I can only think of that decent Dalot chance that comes from a mistake. Even before that, like it was a terrible. I think it must have been a shot by someone, and then it ends up coming to Maguire. Then he lays it off, and then it gets deflected from one of our players, and it hit. Like, that's what United were feeding off. And fair enough, we're the better team. You're going away, you're in a weak moment, fair. But don't come to our ground, trying to take all of this moral high ground malarkey about, oh yeah, look at how Arsenal are playing, we're needing set pieces. The irony of United fans, the absolute irony. I remember in our banter era with the likes of Lingard, Pogba, Lukaku, United would come to our ground under Mourinho playing absolute dog poo. I remember a match, when was it? I think it must have been 2017, 2018, where we had 33 shots in one match. De Gea made the most saves on record for any goalkeeper. And all of United's goals came from a mistake. I even remember one match at our ground where United did absolutely nothing the whole game, and yet we're winning via an own goal. So United fans, don't come at us with all your garbage, fake moral high ground, football and moral high ground nonsense. Get out of here with that rubbish, right? And that leads me on to my next point, final point with all of this Stoke City criticism. I just did the stats. So 25% of our goals have been set pieces this season. So if we're set piece FC, what about the other 75? What about the other 75%? Was Calafiori's goal against City a set piece? Oh, okay. I know Gabriel's goal against Spurs was a set piece. Was Trossard's goal against Villa away a set piece? Was Havertz's goal against Sporting away a set piece? Oh no, was Havertz's goal against West Ham a set piece? It's just stupid. It's like all of a sudden corners now seen as illegal, a cheat when we start scoring goals from corners. Bear in mind, we scored 22 goals from set pieces since the 22-23 season. Man City have scored 15. Liverpool scored 14. We're only 7 and 8 goals in front of them from set pieces, respectively. Are they set piece FC as well? Or is it just us? Granted, Yova has transformed us. It's been a madness. But this set piece FC stuff, it's just outright hate. It's just outright haters. It's just stupid. If you really want to set piece FC, Everton, 50% of Everton's goals this season have come from set pieces. That's a set piece FC. Even Stoke City, 43.1% of their goals in the Premier League under Pulis were from set pieces. That's closer to set piece FC. People never hate on corners until we start scoring them. But now all of a sudden, it's bad. But when we were conceding from corners, when we were weak, frail from set pieces, no one said anything. No one. They just said, oh yeah, Arsenal are really bad at defending corners. But now we're scoring a bunch of them. It's just stupid. And what it is people, it's almost like people don't want us to use what's working for us. Right? And this is why you can't be man focused specifically. And that's why I love what the team is doing. Let's just keep doing our thing. Let them say what they want. You just focus on winning. Cut that gap down to 7 points now. Thank you, Newcastle. We've still got a long way to go. But we can't focus on other people. It's a life principle. In Galatians chapter 1, a scripture that comes to mind just from a spiritual point of view is Paul, the apostle, says, hey, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings? Or am I trying to please people? If I was still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. This world is full of too many people pleasers. I struggle with it myself, right? What are people pleasers? People who change approach, change tack on what other people say. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We don't need to listen or alter our approach because of what people say. We don't need to do that. We don't need, because you can't please people. If you live your life trying to be everyone's cup of tea, you'll be taken for a mug. It's that simple. And it's the same thing in football. When in 2022-23 season, when we were fluid, when we were moving to teams, where we were 8 points clear with a game in hand over City, then we got stale. And we only had one way of playing. People criticized us. Now we've got different ways of playing. Now we're okay to let teams have the ball. Now we're okay to sit back. Now we're okay to be compact. Now we're okay to find a different element, different angle to score goals from set pieces. And now there's something to moan about. You can never please people, right? So long may it continue. Please give us more set piece goals. I will take them. Give us more set piece goals. If it means we beat Fulham, I will take them. I will take it all. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say, guys. I'm happy about this great result yesterday. Let's keep it going. We got to beat Fulham B, or should I say Arsenal B. And we've given them so many good players. Well, decent players. Good players. That won't be a tough game. So, yeah, we just need to rest up. Hopefully, Gabby will be back, because I feel like that's a game we're going to need him back for. And Calafiori as well. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you after the Fulham match. Take